What is up YouTube, Blackheart Tech here, and today we're going to be doing my personal $1,500 gaming PC build. Now this entire PC build is sponsored by my parents, so be sure to leave a like and subscribe for them. I can't express how thankful I am for getting this rig. Also keep in mind that links to each and every single one of these parts are available in the link in the description, so if you're interested in buying any of the parts you see right here, you can follow our Amazon links in the description. Anyway, let's just start talking about the build now. Ever since the GTX 1080 came out, I was hell-bent on getting one for myself, but I also study abroad, so that posed a challenge to me. And then I thought, why not build a mini ITX rig? And this baby is the product of that idea. It's a full-blown gaming PC that I can use to record my videos and stream games and play everything at 1080p 60 FPS and way beyond that as well, and also carry it on my cabin or checking baggage while traveling abroad. So without further ado, let's just jump into the build itself. For the case, we're using a Cooler Master 130 Elite. Now this case is a mini ITX case which fits a 13-inch graphics card, and this made all the difference in the world to me. It also is a really tiny case which I can fit into my baggage, so that was a top priority as well. Speaking of things fitting into my case, that brings me to my graphics card, which is a Gigabyte G1 Gaming GTX 1080. And this graphics card is really long, at about 11.6 inches in length. I was really worried that it wouldn't fit into the case. Thankfully, however, the Cooler Master 130 Elite fits graphics cards up to 13 inches in length in it without any problem. I feel like the Gigabyte G1 Gaming 1080 was an excellent match for what I needed, since it has excellent cooling, and in mini ITX cases you don't often get excellent cooling because of how limited the space is. So having 3 fans on the graphics card really helps in keeping the temperatures stable. The graphics card also features fully customizable LEDs with 16.8 million colors to choose from. Next up, for the motherboard, we went for the MSI Z170i Gaming Pro AC. Now the Z170i, like any of the other Z170 series, does support overclocking, and once I decide to make the switch to water cooling, this will help out quite a bit. Aside from that, the red and black color palette looks really nice as well. For the CPU, I went with a Core i7 6700K. Now for just gaming, this might be a little overkill, but since I'm planning to do a lot of video editing on this, including this video itself, the 6700K should help quite a bit with render times. Aside from that, the 6700K compared to its 6700 brother, the non-K version, should help me with some overclocks in the future. Speaking of CPU, the product I regret not unboxing the most is the Noctua NHL-I low profile CPU cooler. And this comes in an amazing package, with everything organized perfectly, and some thermal paste on top of that, and a signed user manual. Noctua gets customer service and satisfaction right. Now the installation of this is super easy and super comfortable compared to the HyperX 212 Evo I used in my last build. All I had to do for this was just screw it right on. As for cooling, it does its job nicely, and it also doesn't interfere with the rest of my build since it's low profile. For RAM, I went with 2 8GB sticks of Corsair Vengeance LPX memory, so 16GB of RAM is pretty good at this time. Also, this is clocked at 2400 MHz base. I can also overclock this later on to get some extra headroom. This low profile RAM fits really nicely into the case. Also, the red color fits really well into the color scheme. Overall, really beautiful looking RAM. And for my hard drives, I went with one 250 gig Samsung 850 EVO SSD. This is a super good SSD. It helps me boot up really quickly into Windows. And I also went with the Western Digital Caviar Blue 1TB hard drive. This is where I'm gonna install most of my games and also do most of my recording in this. And finally, for my power supply, this is where I'm looking for suggestions from you guys. I'm currently using my Corsair GS700 from my last system, but I am gonna be upgrading to a modular or a semi-modular power supply in the future. The reason for this is because I need some cable management in this box, and the GS700 just does not do the job. So if you have any suggestions, leave them down in the comment section below. As for benchmarks, 1080p 60 FPS isn't just a dream, it's a reality with this card. In fact, 1080p 100 FPS is a reality for most games. 1440p 60 FPS and above is possible as well. 4K above 30 to 45 to 50 to 60 sometimes FPS is a reality. In the background you can see some footage from the Battlefield 1 beta, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to let me know what you thought of this build in the comment section below. Also, if you want to build this exact same rig, there are links in the description for the parts I used. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you like this kind of content. Anyway, thank you once again. Blackheart Tech signing off.